This is an emergency alert and an emergency update. We are now seeing a ton of evidence and reporting come out in the past 24 hours since this situation happened with President Trump, this attempted assassination. We are now seeing the narrative change. We are getting more details, and it seems like a lot of things are fishy, are suspect, do not make sense, and we are also potentially even seeing warnings that Trump got from months ago, right? People that potentially sent threats to President Trump months ago, and then we see something like this happen. We're going to also cover that as well. So let's get into the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit that like, hit that subscribe. It helps to get these warnings out, and I'm posting multiple updates every single day, keeping you guys updated on all this big breaking news. All right, so let's get into this here. I'm going to just roll through all this news. There's a lot of stuff to be covered here. And really quick, last night too, I appreciate all the people that tuned in for the live stream, the late night live stream, keeping you guys updated on what's going on, because this is still a live and active situation, and I'm trying to keep you guys updated as best as possible on all the details here. All right, so I'm going to scroll through a lot of the big updates and news here, and potentially even threats that were issued to Trump months ago, right? And also how they've potentially been saying the wrong narrative the past 24 hours as well. All right, so we're going to dive into all this, and this is big, all right? Something's going on. This is not normal, and this shouldn't have been allowed to happen. All right, so you can see here, just to start it off, here's some of the details of exactly what happened. All right, I showed you guys exactly the positioning of Trump and the suspect and everything, and here's some more details though. All right, it says one local police officer climbed to the roof and encountered crooks. That's who the suspect is, who pointed his rifle at the officer. All right, the officer retreated down the ladder, and crooks quickly took a shot towards Trump, and that's when Secret Service snipers got him, said officials who spoke to the Associated Press on condition of being anonymous. All right, so they are saying that police officers saw this guy up here, and they even climbed up to the roof and saw him, and this guy pointed a rifle at an officer. Why did this officer not open fire on this guy? Okay, this guy, what is this? This officer climbs the ladder, gets a rifle pointed at him, and if anyone else did this, they'd be freaking out. Get over here, shots fired, we got a suspect. What's going on, guys? What's going on here? This doesn't make sense. A police officer encountered this guy, had a rifle pointed at him, and didn't respond. He got down off the ladder, and then crooks apparently took the shots quickly after. All right, so this is getting worse and worse. I'm going to also show you guys some video here in a second, and it also says AP says that bomb-making materials were found inside of his vehicle as well. Very serious, guys. This is not good. This is not good. And I was reporting last night that they had bomb squads, FBI bomb squads on the scenes and surrounding this building. Okay? Here's a video of the full Trump incident. All right, I will show that later. All right, here's also some reporting from the media, different wording they used. You can see here, Washington Post, Trump escorted away after loud noises. Trump escorted away after loud noises ring out in crowd. All right. Loud noises. They kept calling it loud noises. Popping noises heard. Okay. So this is how it was initially reported as well too, is that it was just some type of noise. But anybody that heard this knew that these were shots ringing out. All right. Here's also a critical clip from the news on intel that we have on this situation. All right. They knew exactly what was going on. They knew that this was an issue. This building was a security risk, and they did nothing about it. All right. Something's going on. Too many people were standing down and did not do anything. They knew something was happening, and they didn't do anything. All right. Listen to this really quick too. Then we will get into these potential, maybe, I'm not saying 100%, but it seems like some powerful people threatened Trump too just a few months ago. All right, I'm going to get to that in just a second too. But listen to this really quick. This is all just live news. This just broke a couple hours ago from recording this video. It's late at night. It's almost midnight here.
New information for you. A senior Secret Service source familiar with the planning of yesterday's event tells NBC News that the roof where the shooter was located was a well-known, high-priority vulnerability. It was identified just the day before during a security walkthrough. We've also just learned that there were 2 counter-sniper teams on site and that the counter-sniper did not need approval to shoot. One source telling NBC News that prior protocols were not followed. The FBI now says the alleged shooter, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, appears to have acted alone. This all provides new context for the shocking scene last night in Butler, Pennsylvania, already burned into our collective conscience. New information.
All right, so they said that they did a security sweep the day before and knew that this building was a security risk, and there was nobody there. Nobody did anything, and this police officer actually engaged this guy and got down off the ladder. They put a ladder over there, saw him, did not engage, got a rifle pointed and didn't engage. All right, just went back down. And they knew this building was a security risk. That's what this report is saying. And they did nothing about it. All right, what's going on? And she also said that they did not need authorization to neutralize the suspect, the snipers. They did not need authorization. They could have done it on their own. All right, that's what's also now being reported. Okay, so something's going on. This doesn't make sense. Sorry, there's a mosquito flying by my ear over here. Something doesn't make sense. All right, check out this video too. This video is even worse. It keeps getting worse, guys. Stick with me here, and then I'll get to these alleged potential threats from very powerful people against Trump in just a second. Listen to this video. This video is even worse. I don't know how to explain this video at all. This is insane. Listen to this and watch this really quick.
If we were doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful places according to those in the Mediterranean.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting cartel to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than other people. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in
See
our...
that? Look at this guy. This guy's on the roof, and they're recording him when he's climbing up there. And this guy's saying, officer.
Dangerous people in our country that should. And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here.
Officer, this guy's yelling. No, nobody's doing anything. There was a dozen people over here trying to get the attention of law enforcement. People were being interviewed. This guy, they knew this guy was up here. You see this guy on the roof here?
Criminals. We have.
This is insane. How does this happen? Look at this guy. He's right there. Do you see this guy on the roof? What is going on? This is before anything even happened. This is before people were like, what's this guy doing on the roof? And then they're saying police were over there. This guy should have never lasted this long. And people were saying this was around 5 minutes that he was actively noticed. People were saying, what is this guy doing? Somebody get some police over here. Someone get over here. And nobody did anything. Everyone essentially just stood down and did not protect President Trump. What's going on here? And I don't even want to believe this is true at this point, but all the evidence that we're seeing points to that they did not protect him properly. This is insane. This is insane. Just the more videos I see, it gets worse. It's getting worse and worse.
And millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. Right on the roof. It's much tougher than it happens.
You hear this lady? She's saying, he's right here. He's on the roof. He's on the roof. This is nuts. This is absolutely insane that this was allowed to go on the song. This video alone is 52 seconds. That should have been enough time for police to take this guy out. Let's go. We're protecting the president, former president, potentially future president of the United States. This is insane. All right, what's going on? 52 seconds, the length of this video. That's all it should have taken to neutralize this guy completely, and it just kept going on for around 5 minutes, people were saying, before shots started ringing out. People were noticing this and screaming, officer, there's a guy on the roof. What's going on? What's going on here? All right, here's another, I think this is the same video. All right, another one here. I just kept seeing this video pop up and I was shocked. I was like, what is going on? I can't believe this video. People were all seeing this, and nobody did anything. Everyone's looking at him. There's dozens of people staring at this guy. Nothing's done. All right, listen to this video really quick, too, and then we will get to these potential threats in a second on Trump's life. All right, not saying it's 100%, but it looks very suspicious. Things that were... images that were put up just a few months ago. We'll get to that in a second.
Let's bring in Florida Congressman and former U.S. Army sniper, Corey Mills. What kind of shot was this, Corey, from 130 yards?
Look, at the end of the day, this is a shot that your basic training boot camp soldier is requested to make within their 9-week period. This is one of the easiest shots, and they train all the way out till 300 or 500. And when I was doing the counter sniper, it wasn't with the United States Army. It was actually when I was with the State Department and was doing this exact thing, which is trying to look at going out with an advance team, establishing what the perimeter is, and then as a sniper, when you would set up, you'd put together your range schedule, your range fan cards, and that would tell you where your 100, your 200, your 300, and you'd identify the areas of threat that you would be able to mitigate. And if there's multiple targets, you understand that your elevation and windage knob wouldn't have to be messed with, especially at 160 yards. You could literally just look, quickly glance, and know from the reference point whether it be a building, whether it be a lone tree, whether it be a parking lot, maybe it's a road. Bottom line is that this is massive negligence to the point of me speculating on what was intentional and what wasn't.
Alright, so you heard that Rep. Corey Mills from Florida, former U.S. Army sniper. He's saying that the negligence is so clear and abundant that he's worried if there was some kind of intentional negligence. Who knows? Okay, that's what he's speculating. I'm not saying that's 100%. He's not either. But he's saying it's to the point where he's concerned enough to think, is this even a possibility? All right. So what's going on here? All right. And he's a former U.S. Army sniper, so he has some say, some weight on this opinion here. And it's not just me saying this, okay? It's not just me saying, hey, why didn't they do their job? What's going on, right? You know, Monday morning quarterbacking, all right? Nobody's doing that. But it's concerning. We need to ask questions, and we need answers. Why was this allowed to happen? Everyone knew this was going on, and it wasn't stopped. All right. Check this out too. This was a story just recently as well. It says police neutralize man who left firearms and, quote, concerning notes in a car at Cranberry Golf Course. Okay? And this was where Trump was at. So these events keep happening. And here's another story here. It says senior House Democrats tell Axios they have, quote, resigned themselves to a second Trump presidency after this attempt. It says the report also claimed that all talk about replacing Biden has stopped for the time being. Quote, we're all just focused on expressing condolences and keeping our teams safe. That's what a House Democrat critical of Biden reportedly said. A second House Democrat says they're accepting the potential that Trump will be the next president. Right? They said we've all resigned ourselves to a second Trump presidency. So apparently, behind closed doors, allegedly, they are saying that this is it. This pretty much means Trump's going to win. Trump's going to take it, and they're kind of accepting it. We'll see if that's the actual case, but it seems like he's going to win at this point. All right, there's a lot of momentum, and it seems like it's impossible to stop at this point. Trump's going to win. All right, so also check out this tweet that was sent by Alexander Soros, okay? And I'm not saying that this is a direct threat or warning, but it does seem like a warning potentially to Trump, and other people are speculating that as well. Not saying it is, but very suspicious and strange that this was tweeted out or posted on X, whatever the terminology is now. January 21st, 2024. All right, just 6 months ago. Right under 6 months ago. It says, last year, the crime and inflation crisis largely evaporated. So did the leading theories about what had caused them. All right, and it shows a bullet hole and $47 being held. Okay, it's a 10, a 20, a 5, another 10, and $2. So $47 with a bullet hole. All right. This was posted by Alexander Soros, who is George Soros' son. And Trump would be the 47th president if he wins in November. So I'm not saying that's what this is 100%, but it's very strange and suspicious and weird. A weird coincidence, to say the least, okay? And Alexander Soros is actually, I believe, engaged to Huma Abedin, who is a very close acolyte of the Clintons, okay? So this is what people are saying and speculating online. I'm not saying this is what this is 100%, but it looks weird, and people are asking questions about it and want to know what this was about. And I remember when this was posted, people were saying, what is this? They were reporting it because they were concerned that it could mean something potentially towards Trump. Okay, people were worried about it. And now, just 6 months later, we see this hit put out on Trump. Okay, and we were so close. All right, some of the images and graphics on how close it was to Trump's head are insane. Okay, if he's looking forward like this and it's coming straight at him, if Trump didn't turn his head, okay, if his head was like this, it would have went right into his head. But his head was like this, and it barely clipped his ear, right? So he was moving around talking during the situation, and if his head was slightly turned more to the side, right, it would have went right into his head. Right, so this was a very close situation, and seeing this is very suspicious. Okay, and there was also some talk about these cards, okay, these secret society playing cards that have been out since the 90s. Okay, people like will bring them up because they are kind of strange. They do show some strange things, and people were speculating that one of them looks like Trump on this card, right? And on the card as well, it mentions that their snipers can get you at anywhere and any point. All right, so just something I also saw floating around on the internet. I saw people talking about it. Not saying that it means anything of high significance, right? Because we don't know for sure, especially the card game, okay? This thing came out in the 90s. But people were talking about it and mentioning it. But this tweet just came out 6 months ago, and we know that George Soros and the Soros family is openly against Trump. I'm not directly saying they did anything or blaming them for this, but either way, they're putting this idea out there, and it's some type of subliminal messaging, and some type of people are going to pick up on it potentially, even subconsciously. Putting out these images could affect people that are not highly stable. It could affect their psyche and potentially put these ideas into their brain, okay? And something to think about too, I'm not saying this is what happened here, but this technology does exist. They've even talked about recently how there's this, quote, brain control technology and all these different brain manipulation technologies that they're talking about. Oh, China has these, the US has it. There was a big report a few months ago. They were talking specifically how these weapons are being introduced more and more and being produced more and more as well. And something to think about as well too. I'm not saying that is connected, but there's a lot of things going on that we don't know exactly what's happening, right? Something else that is very, very suspicious and just straight up weird about this suspect. This suspect was in a BlackRock commercial. BlackRock, you know, BlackRock, the CEO, Larry Fink, BlackRock CEO, worth $1 trillion, the company, okay? Or I think they have like over $10 trillion in assets, something along those lines. One of the wealthiest companies on earth, controls more wealth than most countries on earth do. This suspect guy was in a BlackRock commercial. So here you go. This is the screenshot. This is the suspect. And he was in this BlackRock commercial. Okay? This is a real video, 100%. Says who we impact. Semicolon financial freedom for teachers. BlackRock went to the school that this guy went to and made a video there, and this guy was at this school. All right? Did they know who this guy is? What's going on? What's going on here? And right here too, here's another confirmation in case you guys think this is mind-blowing, because I was mind-blown too. BlackRock says suspect from Trump rally appeared in firm's ad. I kid you not. This is insane. What are the odds that this guy was in an ad from 2022? They're saying it was unpaid and BlackRock is the world's largest money manager. I don't know about you guys, but I never was in a BlackRock commercial when I was in high school. Right? It was at Bethel Park High School where he graduated in 2022. Okay? I don't know about you, but I've never been in a BlackRock commercial in high school. I've never been in a BlackRock commercial at all. I've never met anyone that works at BlackRock or anything like that. All right? I've never met anyone connected to BlackRock, anything. But somehow this guy is in a commercial, a BlackRock commercial, and then just 2 years later, this happens. Right, so what's really going on here? What's happening? This is weird. Were they like following this guy or something? I'm not saying this is what happened, but did they know about this guy? Look at this. It's a 30-second commercial, people. You see this? Who we impact. Financial freedom for teachers. It's a 30-second commercial and he appears at the 19-second. So it's not like the whole school was in this commercial, okay? It's only 30 seconds. It's not like there was like 1,000 students in this commercial. There was only a few people in this whole commercial, and he was one of them. Somehow. He was one of them. How does this happen? Were they like, I don't even know. I'm not saying anything happened, but this is weird. This is weird to say the least. Did they know about this guy? Did they know who he is? Have they known about him? Did they realize, hey, there's something up with this guy? What's going on? This is weird, strange. The connections. How does this always happen? There's always some weird connection in these events. Okay? I've never met a single person that works at BlackRock, whatever, their family works there, anything like that. I don't know anyone that works at BlackRock or anything like that or whatever. Like, who, and then what are the odds this guy's in a commercial for them? Super weird and strange. I don't know. Are we living in a simulation at this point? It's insane. Alright, so thank you guys. Please hit it up for me down there, guys, to help get this video out, get these warnings out, so people know what's going on, right? And make sure you guys yourself are getting prepared, getting ready, because we could see something even more wild. I know this sounds crazy, okay? But we could see something even wilder, even more insane happen before the end of the year. Okay, something bigger could even happen than this. A black swan event, something along those lines could even happen. Okay, so make sure you are prepared. Make sure you're ready. Okay, and guys, just pray for our country and pray for these families that lost their lives. Multiple casualties here. Okay, multiple people in critical conditions, and we need to really turn things around in our country, right? But we could see something even more wild happen, right? And we don't want that. We want peace. We want peace, and we want our country back. So thank you guys. Hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.